Hi, I'm Emily Bodie and thank you for joining me. I'm here chatting with VU Polytechnic about how vocational education can help you transform your career. Joining me to talk about the exciting options, we have Catherine Oldham, who is the manager for the Skills and Jobs Centre. We have Yvonne Russell, who is a senior project manager for TAFE, and Daniel Arlington, who recently completed a Certificate 4 in Cybersecurity through VU Polytechnic. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily.
Catherine, COVID-19 has left a lot of Victorians and no doubt a lot of Australians really reconsidering their careers and their options. How best might people be able to identify transferable skills if they're looking at starting a new career?
Yeah, well, thanks, Emily. So obviously this is something we're asked a lot about at the moment, particularly as job security is really diminished and people are really thinking about what it is that they're good at in order to consider whether or not the job they've got now or perhaps the job they've lost is the right career for them. So people come in all the time asking about resumes and how to apply for jobs, and part of that process involves looking at their skills. The skills section is arguably one of the largest sections of a resume that people need to deal with. So alongside your technical job-specific skills, you have to consider things like transferable skills, which are the skills that not only help you get a job, but help you keep a job and allow you to make a valuable contribution to your workplace. So when we talk about transferable skills, we're talking about things like communication, teamwork, problem solving, self-management, planning and organisation, technology in terms of broader technology, even things like social media savvy and skills like that can be useful. And employers tell us all the time that these are the skills that really make or break a position and an offering that they might make for someone. So when people are considering their transferable skills, a lot of people will ask us, how do I even know if I have them? And the best way to do that is to sort of evaluate your skills. One of the first places we recommend people start is to use something that we talk about referred to as the STAR technique. STAR, and S is for situation, so that's considering a situation you've faced in a workplace that might have been challenging before. And then T is for task, so what tasks did you need to undertake to complete and fix up that situation. A is for activities, so what specific activities and actions did you take to try and fix it. And R is for the resolution or the result. So what was the outcome? What happened? So for each transferable skill, it might be communication. You'd go through that STAR technique and think about that situation, task, activities, and the result that happened. And that's a great activity, not only to work out what your skills are, but also to get you ready for an interview and also for your resume, cover letter, or your key selection criteria. So that's really what you need to do when we're talking about transferable skills and evaluating those in this current climate.
Thanks, Catherine. And really interesting to, I guess, hear someone actually clarify what transferable skills are, because we talk about them all the time, but quite often people are unsure of what that actually means. So I think that's a great point to bring up and to clarify for anybody watching as well. So once we've been able to identify our transferable skills or skill sets, how does the Skills and Jobs Centre help align those with potential new career paths or training opportunities?
Yeah, well, obviously at the Skills and Jobs Centre we have expert career advisors. So we talk to people daily about what their potential career path might be. And that might be someone that's in a job but they want to be promoted further, or they want to reconsider their career entirely, particularly if their industry's been heavily affected by what's going on at the moment. So at the Skills and Jobs Centre we help people with one-on-one career consultation. And our job really is to help guide people through this process rather than to provide them with a magic wand answer that will give them the solution that's right in front of them. People need to find their own way there. So assessing those transferable or sometimes referred to as soft or employability skills is really key to that. So one-on-one career consultation with a career advisor through us. The Skills and Jobs Centre is a free service available to everyone in the community, not just people associated with Victoria University or the Polytechnic. So anyone can come to us to ask about those things, and it's a very individual process. So we would assess those skills And the way we do that is, like I said, we could use the STAR technique, but there's some other tools that are wonderful too. There's some great online tools, a couple of websites that we really love. One in particular is called Job Outlook. And that has a skills matching function where you can type in the jobs you've had and the skills that you've used in those jobs, and it helps match you to potential other jobs that might suit you, which is a really great starting point for a lot of people in thinking about it. Once people know their skills and they've identified those and they've clarified them, they can then use a tool like that, or just talking to us, to work out what they want to do, and then we talk to them about how to get there. So that might be study, it might be work experience, placement, volunteer work. It depends very much on the individual. So one-on-one career consultation and online tools are probably two of the best options that you can look at. The Skills and Jobs Centre specifically can help people refine the ideas that they've come up with through their own research and come to a conclusion about where to next.
Wonderful. It might be a really daunting thing for people to think about, totally changing their career. So great to know that there are some mechanisms and services in place at the Skills and Jobs Centre that can help them take that first step.
Yeah.
So one of the people who has managed to take that step and do it very successfully is you, Daniel. You totally flipped your career to undertake a free course at the Polytechnic, Cert 4 in cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you pivoted your skill set into this new role or into this new industry.
So currently I'm working as in an IT support role, which is quite exciting. I enjoy it a lot. My background, I worked as a community worker in the past. I have been a professional musician as well. I studied audio engineering and a whole heap of things. I did a lot of sales. So with sales, you know, there's a lot of interaction with people. Even with community work, there's a lot of interaction with people. And so I looked at myself like, you know, what do I like doing? What do I want to do? So even when I was working as a sales professional, I sold music instruments. So I worked in a music store. And I kept thinking to myself, you know, I like talking to people most of the times. Sometimes probably I'd like my space. Why not? And I like thinking, I like technology. I'm extremely curious about things. I like a little bit of philosophy. So what resonates with me, and what can I handle or manage, or what have I done in the past? And for me, computers was always something that sat at the back of my head. So for me, it was I like playing the guitar, I like music, I like technology, and I like computers. And so I thought this was an actual active thought, you know. I actually sat and introspected, like, you know, hey, what do I have? What can I do? Where should I move? And then I did a Cert 3 prior to doing my Cert 4 in networking, and I was like, this is fantastic. I love this, you know, and I can do it. I can get it really well. So I was in the ACT. I moved to Victoria. I got a job opportunity doing sales again. I think I lasted over there for 3 months. And I was like, I need to move, you know, and this is exactly what I want to do. I want to get into computers. And I hadn't heard about free TAFE. So I just happened to, I was living in Taylors Lakes. I'm like, which is a good university that's in the area, and I looked at Victoria University. I read about it. I'm like, this looks good, you know, St. Albans campus, fantastic. I called up, found out, got the information about free TAFE. I came in and checked whether I was eligible or not, and they said, yes, you know, you're eligible for that. And I was like, this is fantastic, because the course otherwise is expensive. It's a lot of money, but, you know, having the opportunity of not paying for it, I think it's sort of, you need to make the best of that, and that's exactly what was running through my head. So out of the 12 months studying my Cert 4, I think for about a good 6-7 months, I really worked hard and you know, tried to develop my own skills in cybersecurity, so studying other things as well. So that worked really well. Of course, in the last 4 or 5 months, I already got a job, you know. So I was for it. I was like going into it. I was like, I have to work. I have to study. I have to do these things. And so, you know, if anything I'd say is that make the best of the resources you have. You know yourself. So analyze yourself, work out what you're good at, and be honest with yourself, and just go for it, basically.
So Certificate 4 is quite unique to Victoria University in cybersecurity. You mentioned that you transitioned into a role quite quickly after completing the course. Tell us a bit about how what you learned as part of the program helped that transition process.
So what we learned in cybersecurity, or what I got out of it, was there was a lot of information. Even if I knew things, when I came to class, I realized, hey, hang on a sec, I just know 10% of what, maybe even less than what actually exists. And the teachers that were teaching us then were really encouraging. And I know, like, our teacher who was teaching us networking then, wonderful gentleman, he was like, hey, you need to sign up to this. There's this little gaming platform because you're doing well and you should do this. So all the skills and the enthusiasm, all of that just added up quite a bit. And yeah, I got a lot of information out of it. So when I did go for an interview, I was able to very easily, speak about the technology, or at least demonstrate that I may not have practical experience, but I'm able to learn and understand the concept, and that's how I got that job. So it was fantastic. Like, it was a good, brilliant stepping stone, if you will. It was good.
With employability really on everyone's minds at the moment, I think it's really great to hear about how well supported you were and how that helped you transition into the industry as well. So we've talked quite a bit now about your experience with Free TAFE, Daniel. Yvonne, you're the Senior Project Manager for Free TAFE for Victoria University Polytechnic. Tell us a little bit about how these shorter and more affordable courses are helping people transition into the workforce and what kind of options are available through Free TAFE.
Thanks, Emily. And Daniel's, he's a gold star student, really, and a great advertisement for Free TAFE. I'm really enthusiastic about Free TAFE. It is a fantastic government initiative. It came into play in 2019, so it was announced late 2018, and in 2019 it was rolled out across the state. The Free TAFE initiative is to enable current people working or those that want to upskill to gain employment in high employment needs. So the focus of Free TAFE is on three key areas. Construction, so think all of those construction, as we drive around Victoria or across the state, all of the construction that's happening in the community services, health areas, and then, of course, technology, which Daniel has studied in. The Free TAFE course list is, more than 50 courses now, and that includes pre-apprenticeship courses. So it's a vast course list, and at VU Polytechnic, we offer close to 40 of those courses, and that makes up about 30% of our course delivery is Free TAFE. We have a very strong focus on Free TAFE. It's important to also acknowledge the current state of COVID-19, and the government has introduced 4 more courses into the Free TAFE course list that will assist in their economic recovery plan. And again, those 4 new courses that will be rolled out now include the health area, community services, NDIS, and construction. So whilst we look at those high employment areas, we also should think about the 2 major outcomes for Free TAFE that Daniel has spoken of, the jobs now and upskilling. So if I give a very brief overview of the community service, health and ed support courses, they touch on Certificate 4 in mental health, Certificate 4 in ageing support, Certificate 4 in disability, there's a suite in the early childhood education and support area, and there are diplomas in community service and diploma in education support. If we move into the construction area, again, think jobs now and upskilling. So if you look at our Certificate 2 in Building and Construction, it's a pre-apprentice course. Certificate 4 in Building and Construction, Certificate 4 in Building and Construction and Surveying, Diploma in Surveying. There's a large suite in the construction area. And also in our engineering area, we have a suite of free TAFE courses, Cert 2, again, pre-apprentice, in engineering and in electrotechnology, and Cert 4 in engineering. So you can see we're covering that big swathe of construction. We have also hospitality, which is a great free TAFE suite of courses to upskill. So for COVID-19, when it's over, when the pandemic is over and people go back and the hospitality area is open, during the time of COVID, you could study Cert 3 in commercial cookery, Cert 3 in hospitality, or Cert 3 in tourism and events. Free TAFE really does offer the availability of a tuition-free course. The student only needs to pay for amenities and resources. So as Daniel spoke of, the bulk of the tuition fee is paid for. It is a fantastic option that's available for a diverse group of people in the community. And at VU Polytechnic, that really is our moral obligation, is to be available for any student to come and increase their education and lead to employment.
Mm. And really important distinction to call out that these free TAFE courses, as you said, are all built around really high demand industries where graduates are required. So a real focus on employability.
Yeah.
That's fantastic to know. So we've had a number of questions coming through about students' options for vocational education training. Catherine, I might address the first one to you. What practical advice would you give somebody thinking about changing careers and returning to study in TAFE?
Well, obviously, come and see us at the Skills and Jobs Centre would be one particular pathway. I was really fascinated to hear your story, Daniel. It's very typical of what we hear of people that come in to us when they've been doing something for a while, and your statement about I thought about what I was good at, what I liked, is central to that. So in terms of practical advice, apart from the things I've said, like the evaluating of your own skills through simply applying that STAR technique to your own experiences, or using some online tools, or coming for some one-on-one career advice, is just spending that time to practically evaluate yourself on the basis of what you're currently doing, or perhaps what you've recently been doing. Alongside those more obvious things that I've mentioned are simple things like talking to people that you've worked with previously, ex-colleagues, friends, about what they're doing, what they enjoy about their work, what satisfaction they get from that work, and then using your now developed awareness of what skills are, and soft skills, transferable skills, thinking about how that applies to your own experiences. Then you can obviously, when it comes to free TAFE, get on board and start looking at what courses are available. Alongside free TAFE, there's some other much shorter, non-accredited study that you can do for free. There's a lot around at the moment in response to what's happening. So that's what I would probably advise. One-on-one career counselling sort of solidifies that research that you've done. So doing something in advance of talking to someone can be helpful for you when you're thinking about what you should do next.
some really good advice to use the networks that we've all built for ourselves and also the networks that the Skills and Jobs Centre have on offer as well. So thank you so much for your insights there. We've probably got time for one final question. I might pass this over to you, Yvonne, if I can. What are some of the top reasons why I should choose to study at VU Polytechnic?
That's a great question, and you know, an unbiased answer. VU Polytechnic has an award-winning blended learning program, and we are well placed in COVID-19 to be delivering our courses as we must now with a digitally supported model. We also have. For Daniel, when he mentioned that he was studying at St Albans, we have state-of-the-art buildings and services. We have the new Sunshine Skills Hub opened at Sunshine. So our facilities are world-class, and our online delivery is also of a high level, and we've all had to really slip straight into that delivery mode and work really hard to deliver the courses, and more importantly at this time to support students through the current online learning.
Wonderful. Well, that's just about all we have time for today. I'd like to thank you so much for coming in. I think it's been really insightful to hear a bit about how the Skills and Jobs Centre, Free TAFE and VU Polytechnic can help support people either looking to start their careers or looking to change them completely. And knowing that we offer everything from a certificate through all the way through to a PhD through the university certainly means that anyone can start that journey at whatever level is comfortable or accessible to them as well. So thank you so much for coming in. For anybody tuning in that's after more information on our VU Polytechnic courses, make sure to visit that area on the website and add it to your profile for more information. Thank you again so much for coming and chatting with me. And to all of you watching, best of luck with your future studies at VU.